do it. Okay.
Okay.
Then the next part is we are referring to how to find the angles based on this the cosine rule. It's just like this. They might ask you a question just like this. They might you just over here. They have given us. You need to find the angle theta. I think you're familiar with this angle notation here. This is 4, 6, and this is 12. So there's another special relationship between these trigonometric angle sides. So if you add two sides, definitely the sum of those two should be greater than the third side. That is a must when you are working out with the geometry in triangles. So you can say 4 plus 6 is obviously smaller than the third side, right? 4 plus 12, it's greater than this. This 2 should be greater than this. Other than that, this cannot exist. So in this case, you can see there's a problem over here. What is it with it? So if you add 4 plus 6, what you can say? 4 plus 6 is not greater than 12. So this kind of a geometry, this kind of a triangle cannot exist with it. So definitely this should be something more than that. So when you are having the geometries in the triangles, we should know this, right? Okay, so this is not valid situation. So this cannot be 6. Obviously, it should be greater than that. So I just make it as 4 plus 7, 8, 9, somewhere like this, 9. So then only the triangle exists for this. So you can ask to find the value of theta. So obviously we know that it's a now again, it's turned up into a relationship between three sides with one angle. So you can write simply apply cosine rule. Apply cosine rule. So when you apply cosine rule, we have to understand that which one is A. So obviously this is A. So you can write. So for this case today, if you want, you can apply this equation even, the equation where the cos A is subjected. So that is B squared plus C squared minus 2BC. Sorry, this is wrong. Minus A squared divided by 2BC. Minus A squared divided by 2BC. I'll use the other equation and I'll show you, you get the same answer. There's nothing to worry. So you can say this is cos theta is equal to, according to this one, this is 4 squared plus 12 squared minus 9 squared divided by 2 into 4 into 12. So with that, you get the answer. Cos theta is equals to 4 squared is 16 plus 12 squared is 144 minus 9 squared is 81 divided by 2 into 4 is 8. It's 96. So it's turned up to 79 over 96 today. 79 over 96. With that, you can get the angle. So we can say theta is equals to cos inverse of 79 divided by 96. So in this you can get the value for theta. That is 34.62. So the answer is 34.62, right? Okay. Then the second equation, even we can use it. This will make a difference. So you get the same answer. I'll just show you from that equation. Even you get the same thing further, right? Okay. So just another mistake where most of the students do. Therefore, I just use a different color to that. I'll just use like brown. I like to color brown. So I can use A squared is equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos theta, right? A squared is 9 squared is equals to 4 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 into 4 into 9 cos theta. So this is turned up to 81 equals to 16 plus 144 minus again 72 cos theta. The mistake what they do is they just write 81 is equals to 16 plus 144 minus 72. 16 plus 144, they just forget this cos theta, they just put minus 72. Then you get 88. 88 minus, sorry, minus 88 cos theta. So that is totally wrong. So this is the wrong step. So you cannot just write like, because it's joined with cos theta, so this is wrong. So only thing is we can do is we have to operate these two and get the final answer. So if you just work out, it's just like this. It's turn up to 81 is equals to 16 plus 144 is 160. 160 minus 72 cos theta. With that you get the answer. Cos theta become, if you operate again, 81 minus 160, that answer divided by 72 minus 79. So I think I made a mistake over here. Just 2 into 4 into, this is not 9, this is 12. This is BC, no? See, a 4 into 12. So this is wrong. This is 96. So this is anyway, this is wrong. So you can say this is 96. So cos theta becomes 79 over 96. So again, you get the same answer back. 34.62. That's the answer where we need to get right. Okay. That's a way of doing this kind of a question. Right. Okay. So that is how to find the angle using this using the cosine rule. So basic thing is that you have to understand what is the point, how to identify the proper A, B, and C is the other two sides. So it just make a much of impact. So, but you need to work out, right? The second rule where we need to understand is a sine rule. So when you are referring to sine rule, it's a relationship between two sides and two angles. So when you are referring with this, which is A, and if you get this is A, and this is B, and side opposite to that is A and B. If it is so, it's a relationship between two sides and two angles. Relationship between two sides and two angles. Two sides and two angles, right? I was using blue color for this purpose. So let's just blue color for that. Right. Okay. Then you can say this is sine A over A. Sine of this one into A is equals to sine B over B. That is the formula. Or sometimes you can use the other side, even doesn't make a much impact. Sometimes you can write this way, even A over sine A.
So I could use any side, no matter what, like, okay.
So you can use any format of it. You can use this third angle even, but it will be kind of confusing. That is, I just use two sides. It's easier to analyze this question. So this is the format. So you can use either of this formula. It doesn't make a big difference when you are working out with this kind of a question. Let's go to a question and try to understand how it comes. Right. Let's go to this example. Initially, they have given us this, and they have given us this angle is 60, and this is, suppose it's 45, and they have given this is 8 meters, and we need to find x. The question is find the value for x. So simply you can say two sides are there, two angles are there. So with that, definitely we know that we have to apply with sine rule. So you can write the answer in this one. apply sine rule, right? So in this case, what you can understand is, so you can write x over sine 60. I'm referring to this and this one. This one adjoined with this and this one adjoined with this. So equals to 8 divided by sine 45. So you can say x is equals to sine 60. Turn up to sine 60 is root 3 over 2, that is 0.866. 866 is equals to 8 divided by sine 45 is 1 over root 2, that is 0.707. With that you can say x is equals to 8 times of 0.866 divided by 0.707. It is equals to 8 into 0.866 divided by 0.707. So with that, you get the answer 9.799, just 9.8. 9.8 meters. So that would be the answer for that. Obviously, we know that, but here there is a one way of clarifying whether you can get a little bit of a confidence of our answer. You can see that the length of side opposite the angle 45 is 8. Definitely, this angle is bigger means you should get a bigger answer than this. That is some kind of a sequential procedure you can see with the what you call triangles. This is a small angle and this is see if it is a large angle, definitely you should get a value greater than this. So you have some kind of evidence. Yes, our answer is up to a certain extent it's correct. So you have a little bit confidence with this answer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it comes, right? Okay. This kind of a question is not that hard, but the next level of the question is just like this. So they might ask you, this is 60 and this is 40 and this is, they have given 8 meters, we need to find x. The question is, find the value for x. So in this case, you know that this 8. So now we go into the relationship anyway. It's two sides is two angles. So this is related to this, but this side is related with this angle. So anyway, I need to find this angle. That is the problem. So what you can understand is today from the triangle geometry, if you add up these angles together, angle, I just mark this angle as A is equals to 180. Why it's 180? Because you know that interior angles of a triangle is add up to 180. With that, you know that A is equals to 8. Now I know the value over here as 80. Now you can apply the sine rule. Apply sine rule. So you can say x divided by sine 80 is equals to 8 divided by sine 60. So if you are smart enough, you can simply write x is equals to by cross multiplying 8 times of sine 80 divided by sine 60. What I did was I just brought the sine 80 to this side. Then x is subjected. With that, you can get this answer at once. 8 into sine 80 divided by sine 60. Right. Okay. So this answer is 9.10. 1.9. So obviously we know that the side in front of the angle is 60 is 8. So if obviously this angle is 80 means it should be bigger than that. So you get this answer as 9.1. Up to a certain level, we can say yes, our answer is correct. So that's a way of getting this kind of situation. Yeah. Right. Let's go to the next level. This is the important level today. There we have to learn something new. I just use a new page for this. I just put a topic. because it's important, finding angles with sine rule, right? Okay. Yes. So if you get a triangle somewhere like this, they might give you a question over here. Okay. So they have given this angle as 60. Right. And they have given this is 6 meters and this is 4 meters. Right. Then they ask you theta. The question is find theta. This is the important point where we need to understand. So this is, as we mentioned in the previous question, is pretty simple. So you can apply the sine rule. So simply, you are following the same procedure with a bit of extension. So you can write, apply sine rule. Right. So you can say sine theta divided by 4 is equals to sine 60 divided by 6. This way. So if with this answer, you can simply write, if you subject sine theta is equals to sine 60 into 4 divided by 6. Then you can get the answer. Sine theta is equals to sine 60 into 4 divided by 6. So that answer becomes 1 over root 3. Then theta is turned up into sine inverse 1 over root 3. That is turned up to 30. Yeah. So this is just, let me see whether this is sine 60. Sine 60, sorry, 1 over root 3 is, yes, 1 second, sine 60 into 4, which is, I think I made a mistake, divided by 6, that is 1 over root 3, that is, sorry, the sine inverse of this answer. That is turned out to 35.26. I made a mistake, 35.26. 35.26. Now this is the answer which we wrote in our GCSE, and we just line up and we ended up this answer. But in our, when you come up to our A level, you cannot end up the answer like this. There are many more answers than this to obtain angle for theta, right? This is the way of getting this today. So this is the first angle. So this is the extent we have to get it. You can write the first solution is 35.26. Is the first angle. Then you have to get the second angle as well. I just keep some space for certain thing. Just keep some space. Second angle you can obtain by 180 minus 35.26. You will learn why we just subtract out of 180 at the end of this topic. So therefore, for the moment, you just keep the answer over here and you get the answer. Later on, we learn why it is 180 minus, right? 180 minus 35.26. Then the second angle becomes 144.74. Right. Now, when you get these two answers today, sometimes both answers may be correct, but sometimes only one answer may be correct. How to check this answer? I'm using a different color for that. It's a way of doing it today. Add up this angle to the other angle existing over here, 60. Right. What is that value today? That is turned up to 95.26. So this is a possible situation because it's less than 180. Because you know that if you add up all three angles, even it's 180. So when you add these two angles and it's turned up to a value less than 180, this is a possible situation. So this answer is exists. It's not a problem. Then do the same thing for this today. 144.74 added to the angle over here is 60. Then what is that answer? That is turned up to 204.74. Is this possible? No, because you know that addition of two angles even exceeding 180. So this is not a possible situation. Yeah. Therefore, you can write the answer.
Okay.
Yes, Pratap.
Yeah, I was just going to say like 144.74. Yes. It's not suitable as well for like O2. Yeah, because it looks like an acute angle as well.
Exactly.
So it can't be that.
So this is the final answer for that. So you can just ended up your answer with this, right? Okay, let's go into another question and try to verify this situation. Right, okay, it's just like this. Okay, so this is turned up into 30, it's 30 degrees, and this is the value we need to find it, theta. And yeah, so this is 8 meters, and this is turned up to 3 meters. Right. The question is find the value for theta. So again, the same technique we use, the same thing. We just work out, apply sine rule. Sine rule. So you can say sine theta over 8 is equals to sine 30 over 3. Yeah, so let's work out and see with it. So this cannot be 8 today. It should be, I'll get a different value for this. I think it's not 8 is not suitable for here. This is pretty big. So we'll just put just like 4, okay? It's 4. Yeah, 4. It's 4 is my kind of good. So yeah, right. Okay, then yeah, this is 4. Then you can say sine theta is equals to 4 times of sine 30 divided by 3, so it's turned up to 2 over 3. So with that, you get the answer theta equals to sine inverse 2 over 3. So that answer is 41.8. So this turn up to 41.8. Now the first angle, theta 1 is equals to 41.8. So keep some space. Theta 2 would be 180 minus 41.8. So that is 138.2. 138.2. Right. Okay. Now what you need to do is we have to add and see the theta. So you can say 41.8 plus 30. It is the 71.8, which is less than 180. So this is okay. And this one also, I think it's fine. 38.2 plus 30, that is 168.2. This one also correct. Okay. So so you can write the both the answers to be correct. So you can write the answers. Answer become, one answer is 41.8 and the other answer is 168.2. So both answers are correct, right? So our problem is that how this is possible, right? The possibilities are just like this. That is the situations where we can see, yes, this is the way, right? Then I'll just choose a different triangle, the same conditions. These are the two situations where we can see today. This 4 is just like this, it's there. So there are two situations where we can see is just like this. This can come if you take this tree and if you rotate over here, you can see it can form a triangle, it can form a circle like this. One situation is over here. This is the first angle. What you gain as how much? This one, 41.8. This is a situation where you get for 41.8 today. And if you come across here, even you get the same condition. I just join these two, even you get the same condition. There the angle is the one where you get the angle as 168.2. 168.2. So this is the situation. So both conditions are applicable for this kind of a triangle. That's a way of getting this, because this length, identities of this length is not given over here. So there are both situations are possible to get these answers. So that's a way of getting this, right? Okay. Right. Yes. Right. Then if you refer with this question, this one. Yeah. We'll come up with this question and let's try to understand how to answer that kind of situation. The diagram is just like this. So this I have given as 8 and this is 10 and they have given this angle as x and this angle as 70. They are referring to find the value for x. We need to find the value for x. So obviously to apply for the sine rule, we need to learn out a little bit of a geometry. So if you want to find out this angle x is related over here and the other side is related to this angle, there obviously we need to find this part of it. How do you find this angle? We know that the addition of these two angles should be 180. So this part would be 180 minus 70 turn up to 110. Now you can apply sine rule. So you can say sine x divided by 8 is equals to sine 110 divided by 10. With that you can say sine x is equals to sine 110 into 8 divided by 10. With that you can get this answer, sine 110 into 8 divided by 10. The answer turn out to 0.7517. So x is equals to sine inverse 0.7518. So you can get the angle for x would be 48.74. So you cannot just write this is only the answer, so you get the second angle as well. It is 180 minus 48.74. That is 131.25. Now see whether if you add it to the other angle 110, whether this exists or not. So you can just check with that over here. 110 is other angle existing over here plus 48.74 equals to 158.74, which is less than 180. So this answer is correct. So this is existing. If you work out over here, 110 plus 131.25 equals to 241.25. So this is no, it's not applicable. So this answer does not exist. So we can go ahead with only the first angle. So that is the way of doing that kind of a question. So anyway, we have to work out with the both situations and we have to see whether this is applicable or not. Right? That's a way of doing that kind of a question. Right. The next question I'm going to discuss is question number 5. This question number 5. In triangle PQR, QR is √3 PQR is 45 and QPR is 60. So we need to find the length of P. This is the question I'm going to discuss over here. This one. This question. Just I'm referring to this question. So if you refer with the book, it mentioned it's a triangle. Question number 5 I'm referring to. There's a triangle PQR. I just wrote random triangle. It's not a problem which way I just draw it. You just draw it. PQR. Right. Okay. Then we have given QR is root 3. QR become root 3 and PQR. They have given this angle as 45. 45. Then QPR. They have given this angle as 60. 60. Find the length of PR and PQ. PR and PQ. Right. Okay. Now, how can we do this question? Is initially I can find PR, this length, because it's a 2 angle with 2 sides. So you can say part A, x divided by the opposite angle is sine 45 is equals to root 3 divided by sine 60. With that you can say x is equals to root 3 times of sine 45 divided by sine 60, right? So with that you can get the answer for x. Then root 3 times of sine 45 divided by sine 60. That is root 2. Then x become root 2. Obvious answer. Sorry, root 2 is the answer. Then part B, they are referring to the side of PQ. Now you know this length there. So it's better at the end of this, after getting these answers, just note down the facts where we know. It's make you much convenient for you to understand the rest of the session, the question. So whatever the information you obtain as answer, just mark in the diagram. Now you need to find this length, this one, y. So again, I can use, I don't know this angle. I don't know this angle, but I know these two sides with these two angles. So obviously we can find this angle. It's not that hard. So how to get it today? So you can say it's 180 minus addition of these two, 45 plus 60. So simply I can find this angle since I know these two values today. 180 minus 105, it's 75. So this angle become now 75. So you can simply again apply sine rule. So you can say y divided by sine 75. Since I know the other angles, you can use any of them preferably. So it's root 3 over sine 60. So with that you can say y equals to root 3 sine 75 divided by sine 60. So we get the answer y. Root 3 sine 75 divided by sine 60. That answer becomes 6 plus root 6 plus root 2 divided by 2, and as a decimal answer that is 1.93 meters. So sometimes today, if in the question, if they refer, find the exact solution, you'll write this answer today. So this is the exact solution. In the question, if they specifically mention find this exact solution, you'll write this part of it. Other than that, you can write this answer for certain number of required significance in the question.
Okay.
Right. Then I'm going to discuss this question. This one, question number 7. This question. Right. Okay. Over there, The question is this. There are two unknown facts are there. I'm just referring to question number 7, part A. It's a shape. Somewhere like this. This is, they have given 75 degrees. And this is 3.9. And this is 5.5, whereas this is y. And this angle is x. So simply we need to find the value for y. So x and y. So usually when they're doing the alphabetical order, most of the situation they used to find out from the alphabetical order. So simply you can apply sine rule. So you can say sine x this side divided by 3.9 is equals to sine 75. So you can apply sine rule because two angles with two sides are known fact, divided by 5.5. With that you can say sine x is equals to sine 75 into 3.9 divided by 5.5. With that, you get the answer x equals to sine inverse, if you work out, into 3.9 divided by 5.5. That is 0.6849. 49, so x become 43.23. Okay. So this is 43.23. Then what we need to do is we have to see whether the we have to go with the other angle as well, the x2. X2 is 180 minus 43.23. So this is turn up to 136.76. 136.76. Obviously, yeah, we have to check with the answers are reliable. So this is, if you just work out 43.23 plus 75, obviously this is less than 180, so this is okay. This is fine. So if you just work out 136.76 plus 75, obviously it's greater than 180. So this cannot exist. So this is not a valid solution. So you can write your final answer as x equals to, answer is x equals to 43.23. So yeah, so over here I just, so when after receiving this answer I just put this answer over here. Sometimes it might be helpful for me to get the answer 43.23, right? Then to find y, definitely I need this angle. This is problematic. Therefore I know these two sides. With that you can find the value for y by just make them into this angle. Initially I can find this angle. You can find, I just label this an angle as P or something. Then you can say P plus 43.23 plus 75 is equals to 180. With that you can get the answer for P. So this is 61.77. 61.77. Then we can write y divided by sine 61.77 is equals to, you can use anything you just like, any relationship, 75 with this side or 43.23 with this side. So it doesn't make a significant difference. 75, sorry, it's not 75, it should be 5.5. 5 point, just will erase this and do it. 5.5 divided by sine 75. So we can say the answer y equals to 5.5 into sine 61.77 divided by sine 75. So with that you can obtain the answer for y. 5.5 into sine 61.77, that is divided by sine 75. So you obtain the answer 5.02. 5.02 is the answer for that. Right, okay. Then I'll do a small extension for this, just like this. If the question comes in this format, how do you supposed to do? Right. Now, this is 55 and I just make this one as 4.2 and this is 5.4. Right. The question is to find x and y. Right. This is a question for them. Yeah. Now let's see what you can see with this question for them. Again, the same technique. So simply you can find this way. Apply sine rule. Sine x over 5.4. Sorry, sine x over 5.4 is equals to sine 55 over 4.2. So with that you can say sine x equals to sine 55 into 5.4 divided by 4.2. So with that you can say sine x equals to sine 55 into 5.4 divided by 4.2. There's a small issue. So this answer is little bit bigger. So I'll just make 5.2 put it. Other than that, you can't get a proper answer for this. I just make this 5.1. Sorry, that's great. It's not 5.4, it's 5.1. Okay. Then this is turned up to this. Other than that, you don't get a proper answer into 5.1 divided by 4.2. It's not 0 0.946, but 0. Sorry. 0.9946 per day. So with that, you can say x is equals to sine inverse of 0.9946 per day. Right. So you can get the answer for x. That's turned up to 84.08. 84.08 per day. Right. Okay. Then you can get the first angle is 84.08 and the second angle is 180 minus 84.08. 95.91. Sorry, 95.91. Right. Okay. Then what you can 919112. So because if you get the perfect answer is 91, other than 92, then you just check with this answer the reliability of this answer. So you can say 84.08 plus 55. Obviously, this is less than 187. Therefore, this answer is correct. Over here, 95.92 plus 84.08. 95.92 plus 84.08. That is exactly 180. Is this possible? So actually speaking, this situation is not possible. The reason is that it cannot be 180. The reason is that if it is 180, so if this angle is 180, obviously this angle should be the other way around. So it's not possibly a situation where to obtain for angle. So this is not there. Other than that, we should be able to get this answer, right? Then we can find out the lesson for y. So over here, you can mark this angle as 84.08. Then you can find this angle as 180 minus addition of these two, 55.84.08 And after that, you can do the rest of the value for y, the same technique where we use Pute, right? That is how you need to work out with this kind of a question. The same thing as before. Other than that, you have to work out for both the angles at once and to obtain this both angles, right? The next fact is, Pute, we need to learn about the area of a triangle. Area of a triangle, right? So if you happen to find any triangle which is not right angle, if you know an angle theta along with two sides beside the angle, two sides beside the angle, not the opposite or anything, so you can find out the area by the formula half AB sine theta. This is a simple technique to identify the area of a triangle. That means to obtain this, you should have two sides beside the angle, just like this. So if this angle is 40 and this is 8 meters and this is 12 meters. So simply you can get this answer A by half into 8 into 12 sine 40. It is turned up to 30.84. 85 square meters, like that you can get it. But if it is a situation just like this, suppose that they have given the angle over here is 85 or something, and this is 12 meters and this is 6 meters. Now for this case, if you want to find the area, specifically what you can do, you cannot obtain the value, because like to get the, using these two sides you need this angle. If you use this side, we need to find this side. So either you can find this side or you can find this angle. Preferably finding angle is much easier than finding the sides with it. Therefore, I'll go to try to find out this angle over here. This is the angle I'm going to find out. This one, I just mark it as X, this angle. But to find this angle, I don't know this side with it. Therefore, initially I try to find out this angle. It's much easier to find this angle. Then you can put sine y over 6 is equals to sine 85 over 12. So with that, you get the answer for y. Same technique you can use. Sine 85 into 6 divided by 12, the sine inverse of this answer. That is done at 29.87. 29.87 plus 85 also correct, it's not a problem. Second answer, we just check whether, and we guessed 180 minus answer, that is 150.12. 150.12. So if you add it to this answer, it's not exist. So this is the answer for that. Yeah, with that you can find y is equals to 29.87. Then we can find x. So you can say x plus 29.87 plus 85 is equals to 180. So with that you get the answer for x for that. 180 minus 29.87 plus 85. That is turn up to 65.13. Now you can find the area, because I know this angle over here with it. So with that you can say area is equals to half into 6 into 12 into sine the angle in between these two sides with it. That is 65.13. 65.13. So with that you can get this answer, 0.5 into 6 into 12 into sine 65.13. That is turned up to 32.66. 32.66 square meters would be the final answer for this kind of a question. Right. Now we are going to start a new part of the topic, apart from the sections where we have already learned in our GCSE level. So this is we will learn about the trigonometric graphs. trigonometric graphs. Initially, we should know how to draw a sine theta graph. Sine theta graph. Right. This is a way of doing this question. Initially, if you are not familiar of drawing this graph, it's a some kind of a relation. It's a graph with kind of a relationships. Means like it's a sequenced graph. So what you need to do is initially get the theta values starting from 0 and increase 90 by 90 for up to 360. This makes you some understanding about the sequence of the graph. 270, 360. Now take your calculators and find the value for sine theta value. If you put sine 0, turn up to 0. Sine 90, just you can use your calculator and you can understand it's 1. Sine 180, it's again 0 today. This is turn up to minus 1. Again, this is turn up to 0, right? Now let's start to draw this graph, right? Okay, this is the way of doing this. 90, 180, 270. Draw with a proper sequence. 450, 540, 630, 720. This is theta. And for the negative side, even you can draw it. So the same sequence you can see minus 90, minus 180, minus 270, minus 360, minus 450, like so on. You can just draw it any fact, any range you need to draw it. Then you can see the maximum value obtained here is plus 1. 1, and the minimum value obtained here is how much? It was minus 1 from this graph. That is the same sequence you can see it, right? Now you can start to plot this graph. Sine 0, at 0 the angle is 0, the value is 0, so it's here. At 90 it's turn up to 1, it's turn up to 180, it's turn up to minus 1, 360. You can see the same sequence again, just like this over here. So it's turn up to value over here, 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 like that. It goes on today. Now you can draw this sinusoidal graph. This is called sinusoidal graph. We learned this one in our physics as well. The graph goes some kind of a, my drawings are not that perfect, so you can just draw it nicely. It's a sinusoidal graph like this way around. So this goes to this side like this, and it's like this, and it goes like this way. This is a graph of, this is a sine graph where the maximum over here is plus 1, is a maximum value, and this is the minimum value obtained for sine graph. That's a way of drawing a sine theta graph. Right. Okay. Then let's go to the cos theta graph. Yeah. For that one, even again, you can use the same technique today. Theta, it's starting from 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. Just drawing the first sequence, you can understand the relationship with the cos theta. Cos 0 become 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1. So there is a sequence, right? So you can just start from here. So you can up to any kind of a grading, 90, 180, 270, 360, 450, 540, 630, 720 goes on. You can go to an extent. It's minus 90, minus 180, minus 270, minus 360, minus 450, minus 540, minus 630, minus 70, like that you can go to any extent you like with it. Okay. Then you can understand that here also the maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is minus 1. So this is a cos theta graph. And this is the theta value, the variation of theta. That is this turn up to 1. 90 minus 1, 270, like this it goes on. The same kind of a sequential graph over here with it. Starting from here. So when you draw it, you realize it goes in a kind of a sequence. So if you draw this, you can see a graph like this. Like that you can draw a cos theta graph with the maximum value of +1 and the minimum value of -1 would be the graph for cos theta graph. Yeah, at last we should know how to draw the tan theta graph. It's another important point. Okay, so if you want to draw tan theta graph, this is a special type of a graph. It's kind of a little bit exceptional than the sine theta and cos theta graph. So over here even anyway, I just take the table over here and draw the graph to the other side. So the theta value, I just use the same technique, 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, then tan theta value. So if you put in tan 0, you get 0 per there. Tan 90, you get an infinite figure, no math error. So it's an infinite. So just got infinite. Again, this is 0. Again, this is infinite. Again, this is 0. Like this goes on today. So now you have to do a little bit of exceptions when you draw the tan theta graph. There is no, when you're referring to sine theta and cos theta, the maximum value obtained for sine theta and cos theta is +1 and the minimum value is -1. But for tan theta, it goes up to infinity because you know that tan 90 is an infinite figure. Therefore, when you draw this graph, you have to be a little bit careful and a little bit of exception than the sine graph and the cosine graph. So if you just draw it, you can say it's 90, 180, 270, 360, 450, 540 like. Minus 90, minus 180, minus 270, minus 360, minus 450. Right. So this is turn up to, then if you come across with this, Pute, so you can say this tan 90 value is, it's a, we call, it's an infinite figure. Therefore, when you draw it, Pute, for 90, you get some kind of a exceptional behavior, just like it's infinite behavior. Again, 270 even, you have a kind of infinite behavior. Therefore, I just put the dotted lines. Later on, when you draw it, you will understand what the purpose of putting these dotted lines. Again, the same kind of a sequence. You can understand that after 180 range, you get the same behavior. So it comes to the negative side as well. So over here even, it's like that. Now you can draw it with it. Sorry. Now I'm going to draw this graph. Just like this. Then it's following from 0. It's also traveling over here. It's traveling from here itself. Again, it's traveled from here and here. So if you draw the graph, you can see a behavior like this. It's a graph like this. Starting from here, goes like this, and it goes this way. It goes like this. And it's traveling to 0. I just, it's not, my drawings are not that good. It's traveling to 0 and just like this. So basically, you can see a shape like this in this range, just like our x to the power 3 kind of curve. It's not that exactly. Anyway, just like similar behavior, you can see with this. So for tan theta, there is no upper boundary or lower boundary. So what you can understand is, if you work out for tan theta, you can put any figure as an answer for tan theta, but for sine and cos limits from +1 to -1. So if you want to find, take your calculator and see whether tan inverse of 1.2 or something, it does not exist. That is the reason is that over here we know that tan value, oh sorry, the cos value is ended up with 1, minimum value is -1. So take your calculator and see whether what is the answer for cos 1.2. So if you want to
For
cos
cos
1.2,
1.2.
so you get a math error. So obviously we know that the reason is if I put 1.2, it's a figure somewhere over here.
Cos 1.2 gave me 0.9997806.835.
Cos 1.2? Sorry, not cos 1.2, cos inverse of 1.2.
Say that again, sir.
Yes, cos inverse 1.2, see with the what is that answer?
Oh, cos inverse, okay.
Answer for 1.2, see whether
It says math error.
math error, because the reason is that for 1.2 there is no angle exist. So if you want to find cos 0.8, just see with cos 0.8. Oh, sorry, cos inverse 0.8. Sorry, I just made a mistake. Cos inverse 0.8.
Yeah, it's giving me 36.86.
It's a value over here. It's a value over here, right? Okay, like that. So therefore, like just put cos -2.
Cos -2. Should I
cos
do
-2? Sorry, cos inverse -2. I just made a mistake. Cos inverse -2.
That's math error.
That's math error, because there is nothing. There is no range exists for this cos inverse -2. So the sine in even the same condition we can see with this kind of graph. So that is a factor to understand when you're dealing with the sine theta and cos theta figures. So that is the cos sine. All these figures are existing for a range of +1 to -1, right? Okay. Then let's go ahead with a little bit of transformations of trigonometric graphs. This is, hope you have done the transformation of other graphs except trigonometric graphs in previous topics. Therefore, you need this knowledge to understand the transformations of trigonometric graphs. Graphs, right? Okay. Initially, we need to find sine theta plus alpha graph type. Right. That means, for example, if you want to draw sine theta plus 30 graph. Okay. Initially, I just draw sine theta graph and do this transformation. So I'm drawing the sine theta graph. For small range, I'm just select 0 to 180 and draw a little bit of a larger graph. Then you get some kind of a clear idea. 90, 180, 270, 360. Initially, I'm drawing from blue color is the sine theta graph. Let's end up with 1 and -1. So sine 0 is 0. It's 90. I think this my scale is a little bit of a wrong. See here it's this, and here it's this, and here it's this. So if you draw it, you can understand that sine graph goes like this way around today. Please excuse for my scale. It should be the proper scale. Then today, if it is sine x plus 30, this is just like a transformation of fx goes from fx plus 30. Means it's an x transformation today. If it is plus 30, what will happen here is that the graph shift from 30 units to the negative side. The entire graph shift from 30 units to the negative side. Therefore, what you can understand in terms of black color, this point shift from 30 units to the negative side, -30. This 91, this is come up to a 30 units this side today. 60. So this point goes over here. This point come. This 180 come up to 30 units to this side. That is 150 over here. This 270 come up to 30 units this side. Turn up to 240. It's over here. This 360 come up to 300. It's over here. Then what you can understand is if you do this transformation, entire graph has shift by 30 units to the negative side. Now you can see it's travel for this side, 30 units to this side. All of these points are traveled by 30 units to this side. Here you can see them clearly. And here also travels by 30 units to the negative side. That is a transformation of x plus, I just make another extension for this, x plus or minus alpha. I just, in the next question, I just work out what happened with minus. That is the first transformation where we can see in this trigonometric transformation. Okay, but right. The next graph we need to understand is sine x minus 40. Right. Okay. Initially, what you need to do is you have to draw the sine x graph. With that, you can draw the extension graph. Okay, there is one more thing I just forget. Anyway, we need to find the coordinate over here because that is important because they are referring with this coordinates A. So you can say at A, curve meets y-axis. If any graph meets y-axis, we know that x value or over here the x independent variable is equals to t to 0. So let's turn up to sine 0 plus 30. Let's turn up to sine 30. Sine 30 become half. So here the coordinate becomes the x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate become half. So that may be required when you're working with this kind of a question. Then let's go ahead with this. Okay, so this is I just work.
Yep.
90, 180, 270, 360. I'm just drawing sine 0 is 0. It's 1, 180, 270, and 360. Right. Then this is just like this kind of a transformation. Means this is fx. Turn up to fx minus 40. Means what you can understand that with it. The graph is minus 40 means it's x operation with it. That means x is increased by 40 to positive side. That means here the 0 turn up into, I just use a different color, 0 point turn up to 40. Come up to 40. So it's over here. Then this point, it's come up to 130. It's here. 180 turn up to 220. It's here. 270 turn up to 310. It's here. 360 turn up to 400. It's here. Now the graph is just like this. We have to draw it nicely. So it just goes like this. Right. Then we need to find the coordinate over here. At A, meet the x-axis 0. So it can turn up to sine 0 minus 40. Then it's turn up to so if you just work out here, it's 0 minus 0.64. So here the coordinate is 0 minus 0.64. That's it. So that's the answer for that. So the maximum value and plus minimum value should be remain as it is. Only thing is that all of these points are shift by 40 to the positive side. So this is gone up to 40 positive side. Here also positive 40. Here also positive 40. Here also positive 14. Here also positive 40. That's a shape of the graph where we can see the sine x plus 40. X minus 40. If it is x plus 30 goes to the negative side 30. If it is minus 40, it's going to the Positive side 40 cos also the same nature where we can see with that, right? Okay. Then the next graph is just like this, but it's turn up to sine 2x. Sorry. Turn up to sine 2 theta. Right. Initially, I'm doing the same concept. No need of drawing all the time, but if you're not familiar, you can just draw this and you can get it. It's 90, 180, 270, 360. This is theta and this is 1. Zero, 1, 180, minus 1, 0. Right. Okay. Then the graphs, this is blue color one is the sine x graph, sine theta graph. Then it's turned up to 2 theta. This is just like fx turn up into f2x. Means what happened here, the opposite operation of multiplication of 2. That means this all x coordinates should be divided by 2. Therefore, the 0 divided by 2 turn up to 0. It doesn't make any difference. This 91, this coordinate have to turn up to half of this, 45. So this point come up to here. 180, this 180 divided by 2 turn up to 9. So this point comes over here. 270, 1 minus 1, it's divided by 2 turn up to minus 135. So it comes to this point. Again, it goes like this, this, and this. With that, you can draw the graph like this. It is just compressed into half. It's a 2x graph. Only thing is that graph is compressed by 2. X coordinates are divided by 2. That's a way of doing this kind of a question. So is it clear how we did this part of it?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I get how to draw the diagram, so.
That's great. Okay, let's go to the next part of it. It's like if it is a question just like sine, we will get half a theta. Means like theta divided by 2, or you can write sine theta divided by 2 graph, right? Okay. So basically, if you can start with the same graph. So I just a little bit of extend this graph because it has a certain reason. So if you just draw it, it's 90, 180, 270, 360, 450, 540, 620, 720, just like it's in after. Okay, so it's just like it's goes to 1, 0, minus 1, this way, this, and this. So if you just draw the graph, just like this. Then if it is turn up to theta, just like this is fx turn up into fx over 2. That means x is divided by 2. The opposite operation is multiplied by 2. That means all of these x points should be turned up to double of the value. So 0 multiplied by 2 doesn't make a difference. So this point remains as it is. Then this is 91. This 90 double the value turn up to 181. So then this point, this 180, it doubles the value, turn up to here. Then 270 minus 1, 270 doubles, it's turned up to 540, it's come up here. Then this 360, 0, that's turned up to double, turn up to 720. So you can see this theta divided by 2 graph, it's just a stretched graph, just like this. That's the shape of the graph. So these are the transformations where we can see with sine theta divided by 2. Right? So that is what you need to understand from this concept. Okay. Right. Then let's go to the next transformations. That is, I'm going to discuss about the vertical transformation just like y-axis transformations. For example, if you want to get sine theta plus 4 graph. This is sine theta plus 4. No, it's not theta plus 4. It's sine theta plus 4 graph. Right. Initially, you want to draw the sine theta graph. Just like this, it's turned up to, I'll just draw from 90 to, sorry, up to 360 only, that is enough to understand the sequence. 270 and 360, I'll just draw up to here. At the rest of the part, I'll just erase this. Right. Then you know that if you draw it, it's just a graph like this. It's traveling from +1 to -1. The graph goes this way around. Right. Then it's turned up to +4 means this is just like fx turn up into fx plus 4. This is a y transformation. Y transformation means entire graph shift from 4 units up. So this 0 turn up into this 0 point turn up to 4. It comes over here. Just work out. It comes over here. Right. This is 91 turn up into 5. This point exactly go to 5. This 0 again come up to this point here. This is -1 turn up to 3. Then again 0 come up to point over here. Then you can see it's a graph like this. This is 4 and this is 3. What happened to it? The entire graph has shift from 4 units up. That is this transformation where we can understand about sine theta plus 4 transformation. Right. Okay. Yeah, let's go to another, the next transformation where we should know. Yes. The next transformation where we should know is sine theta minus, we'll get 3. Right. Initially, again, I'm using the same technique. I'll just draw the sine theta graph from 0 to 180. 90, 180, 270, 360. This is 0, 1, 0, -1, 0. So it's turned up to -1, -2, -3, -4. So the graph goes like this. So over here, the transformation is just like fx turn up into fx minus 3. That means the entire graph goes from 3 units to the negative side, downwards 3. So this 0 turn up into obvious fact travel by 3 units down to there. So it's come up over here. 0 turn up to 3 units down. 1 goes to 3 units down, it's 2. Again, 180 come up over here. -1 turn up to -4. And again, this point come up over here. So if you just draw this graph, you can see the graphical behavior is like this. It travels 3 units to the downwards. That's a fact where we have to understand of this transforming with fx sine theta minus 3 graph. Then the next transformation is just like this. They might give you 2 sine theta graph. Initially, if you start with the sine theta graph, starting as usual, it's it's 0 at 9, it's turned up to 1 at 180, it's 0 at 270, it's -1 at 360, it's again 0. The graph is just like this, right? Then today this is just like fx turn up into 2 times of fx. Then what happened? All these y coordinates should multiply with 2. So here the y coordinate is here the y coordinate is 0, 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. It's 0, 1, 1 multiplied by 2 is turned up to 2. Again, this is 0, this is -1, this is 0. So it's turned up to a graph like this. So it's exactly what happened here. The y coordinates are multiplied by 2. With that, you can get the graph like this. But this is a way of doing all the transformations in our trigonometric format. So you can use the same techniques to identify the transformation for trigonometric functions.